Hi everyone, got another little ink box card for you today. I'm using the Twilight Lily. There's also a little bee there. I love Tracy's name for them, the Bumble hums. He's just one from that stamp. So I'm going to be using my Uncharted Mariner ink today because I just love that shade of blue with the pinks. But you can obviously choose which colour you would like yourself. Now, I'm going to use a piece of A6 multifarious. I really like using this size for these cards because once I've chopped the piece off that I need for my ink box card, I've got a small section left which I can make a little tag really easily out of, punch a little hole here, put some thread through, and I've used up the whole of my piece of card without trying really. So let's get that back. And I'm going to use the biggest square of the box by using another box and inking up the base rather than using the actual lid, which is just a slightly smaller rounded square. So it obviously doesn't matter which colour that is. So let me get my Uncharted Mariner. This is a really juicy ink pad because it's fairly new to me. And the juiciness of your ink pad does make a difference. This one we'll get lots of colour from. Okay. Right. Holding on to that. And I'm going to press that down. There we go. So we've got a nice print of a rounded square. So I'm using a size 1 brush. It doesn't really matter, I don't think. I like to put a puddle of water on to my card and then draw the ink through. You can ink the line and pull it through the other way. It's just that I find I like the way it puddles that way, if that makes sense. But if you've got quite a dry ink pad, putting your wet brush on the edge of the ink does help draw it out. So a puddle of water and then touching it up to the ink. And it comes through. There we go, around the other edge. And I've said this before in another video when I've done this technique, it's just a great way of making a quick card, and you could get a few of these backgrounds done if you wanted to, and then they're just even quicker to grab and stamp on. So there we go. I like to pull some colour all the way through to the middle, but that's up to you. I'd like to do that. Right, I'm going to give it a blast with the hair dryer. There we go. I just really like the watercolour effect this technique has. Right, so there we go. We've got a tiny little bit to dry there, but I think that'll be okay. So I'm just going to trim it round it, just off this piece of card basically. I'm just going to do that off camera. I'll leave that one with you while I do that. Now I'm going to use a piece of paper to mask off this corner here while I, from the Twilight Lily stamp. It's quite a long stamp, and I really must buy a block that fits, but I don't need it to at the moment because I'm just using that top bit. But I want the lily to not come over this corner. I'm quite happy for it to overflow with its little petals, but I really didn't want it to come down here. So what I'm going to do is fold my piece of paper up to that base there, and then just fold it across that corner, and that just masks it off. You could obviously use a piece of low tack tape if that's what you wanted, but I'm a bit lazy and tend to use what's there if I can get away with it. So I'm inking the Twilight Lily up with First Fine Twilight. Oh, goes rather well. And we're gonna have it coming off here, I think. Now I'm going to need to press it just a little bit firmer down at the bottom, a bit like when you're stamping through a stencil, because that paper is overlapping. There we go, should be okay. Lovely. Isn't the design just beautiful? So detailed. They're just a joy to stamp with, aren't they, these stamps? I'm going to use a little bit of one of the star signs stamps as just some text in the background. I really like using these because the text is so tiny. So I'm just going to ink some up, stamp it off a little bit, and then just add a bit of texture onto the card. There we go. We're going to use the same ink pad colour for the words with love. If I can get the lid back off. Decided to suction itself back on. There we go. Let's pop with love down there. And then for the bee, or the Bumble hum, as they will forever be known, I'm going to use Nocturne. Thought I'd lost them then, they'd buzzed off. So there's a whole little swarm of bees, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but we're just using the one on the end, and using the corner of the ink pad to just ink up that little bee. There he is. And we'll pop him buzzing along to this flower. There he is, or she is. It'll be he, won't it? The queen will be hanging around somewhere else in her hive. And then the last thing to do is colour them in. So the bee's quick and easy. Just I'm using the Mondeluz watercolour pencils. I absolutely love a watercolour pencil because you can colour in with them and you can intensify the colour with water. But these ones particularly are, some of them can be a bit hard, and these are a really soft pencil. Just trying to get a bit of water off my onto my hand, and there we go. It's as quick and easy as colouring that bee is. And then I'm just gonna colour in my flowers, kind of almost a bit roughly, really. I'm not going all the way to the end because I want them to be a bit lighter. I'll show you. Get a bit of water on my brush. So the adding the water in will just turn it into a paint, and you can pull it up to the point. So this is a number 1 brush. It's really nice and fine for these petals. There we go. So leaving a bit of the paler, pulling the colour right to the top just makes it a little bit paler, and gives a bit of life to your flowers, I guess, a bit more realistic. So I'm just going to add colour to the rest of them. So you don't need to be the neatest of colour inners, if there is such a word, because you're going to use it as paint. You need to be a bit painter's, a bit more specific with your paintbrush, but don't need to worry so much with the pencil. So let's get some water on there, get it made up into a paint. So it's very relaxing. It's just grown up colouring in. It's very good for you. There we go. The last little bit down here. Oh, need a bit more butter on my brush. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a darker pencil and add a bit of shading, I guess it is, to the dots. So these dots give you a good guideline as to where the darker patches are in these flowers. So we're just colouring on those areas, and again get the paintbrush out and blend that in. There we go. And then we can use a wet paintbrush and get quite a little puddle going on your end of your pencil, and then we can give that a tap and it will give us some splatter. So there we go. Now obviously you can also colour them in with watercolour paints. You could use your inks and get a little puddle of ink and watercolour them in like that. But the pencils are very lovely. Let's get a wink of Stella for that that bee's wings and give them a bit of sparkle as it comes along. There we go. And there we go. That's it. It just needs a square of black paper to mount it, and it can be mounted onto a card. And there we have it. Our little twilight lily being visited by a Bumble hum. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you have a go. Please let me know if you do and tag me in one of the groups. It'd be lovely to see what you come up with, whether you use different colours for the lilies or a different background colour. Just let me know. Bye.